ScriptureShiftOfficial Bible Study Series, Understanding the Book of Genesis, Episode 2, Genesis Chapter 2, The Garden of Eden and the First Man. Wait, didn't God just call everything very good? Why would perfection suddenly have a problem? And what decision made in this garden still affects every person alive today? Let's find out. Last time, we studied Genesis chapter 1 and watched God create the universe in 6 days. We learned that mankind was created in God's image with purpose and dignity. Today, Genesis chapter 2 takes us closer than ever before, revealing how God personally created the first man, the first woman, and the first home. Genesis chapter 2 is not another creation account. Instead, it zooms in on day 6, giving us the personal details behind humanity's creation. This chapter teaches us about God's relationship with mankind, work before sin, marriage, free will, worship. God rests, Genesis 2, 1-3. After completing creation, God rests on the seventh day, not because he was tired, but because his work was complete. The seventh day becomes a picture of worship, peace, and trusting God's finished work. God establishes a rhythm of work and rest that still benefits us today. God forms Adam, Genesis 2, 4-7. Unlike the rest of creation, God personally forms Adam from the dust of the ground. Then, God breathes the breath of life into him. Adam becomes a living being. Notice the intimacy. God doesn't simply speak mankind into existence. He personally forms him. This reminds us that every human life has incredible value. Shafir, the Garden of Eden, Genesis 2, 8-17. God plants a beautiful garden called Eden. Everything Adam needs has already been provided: food, beauty, purpose, fellowship with God. Adam is given meaningful work. He is instructed to care for the garden. Work was never part of the curse. Meaningful work was always part of God's perfect design. Then God gives one command: you may freely eat from every tree, but from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you must not eat. For the first time, humanity is given a choice. Love requires freedom. Obedience cannot exist without the ability to choose. The first not good, Genesis 2, 18-20. God declares, "It is not good for the man to be alone." This isn't about loneliness only. It reveals that God designed people for relationships. Adam names every animal. Yet among all creation, no suitable companion is found. The creation of Eve, Genesis 2, 21-25. God causes Adam to fall into a deep sleep. He forms Eve from Adam's side, not from his head to rule over him, not from his feet to be beneath him, but from his side, to walk beside him. Marriage becomes God's first human institution, a covenant built on love, unity, and mutual respect. Genesis declares, "The two shall become one flesh." This points beyond Adam and Eve. It ultimately points to Christ and his relationship with his church. Genesis 2 teaches us that God desires a personal relationship with us. Our work has purpose. Marriage is God's design. Obedience brings blessing. Every person has incredible value because God created them. Genesis chapter 2 verse 18, "It is not good that the man should be alone." Everything is beautiful. Peace fills the garden. Adam and Eve walk with God. There is no fear, no shame, no death, no suffering. But hidden among the trees, one forbidden tree remains. Soon, a voice no one has ever heard will begin asking questions, and paradise will never be the same. Genesis chapter 3. The serpent appears. The greatest deception in human history begins. One decision changes the destiny of mankind forever. How could perfection fall so quickly? We'll discover the answer in our next study. If this Bible study helped you better understand Genesis chapter 2, leave a comment below by typing, "Understanding the Book of Genesis, chapter 2. What truth impacted you the most today?" Please like, share, and subscribe to Scripture Shift Official as we journey through all 66 books of the Bible, one chapter at a time. We'll see you in Genesis chapter 3, the fall of man.